Beautiful people, this beautiful lady you're looking at, her name is Pelessa. Pelessa is a 33-year-old woman working in South Africa. One day, Pelessa was returning from work when she met this charming man called Tumelo. You can see him here, very handsome. They started up a conversation. In that conversation, the man revealed that he was a medical doctor working in one of the biggest hospitals in South Africa. The lady, Peleso, fell heads over heels in love with him because he was good looking and at the same time comfortable. So they started off a relationship. This relationship blossomed into marriage because Tumelo asked for her hands in marriage and Peleso agreed to marry him after they had dated for a while. They had their traditional marriage in South Africa. And after that, Peleso moved in to live with him. And they were happy together. There was no problem at all. Joy suddenly filled their home when Pelesa announced that she was pregnant. Eh? Tumelo was happy that he was soon going to be a father. Then, after 9 months, their beautiful baby girl arrived. This brought them immense happiness as new parents. However, after a while, Tumelo began an affair. And this affair made him come home every time and argue with his wife. Their argument made them to grow distant in their relationship. There was no love anymore because Tumele was finding fault with everything his wife Pelesa did. Anytime he will come back complaining that the house was dirty, even when the house is not dirty, he will say that it was dirty. Even when Pelesa cooked for him, he will complain that this is not nice, because he was already having an affair. And, that affair took his love away from his wife. And after too many arguments, Peleso found out there was no love again in their marriage, so she made a decision to divorce her husband. So she filed for a divorce. As soon as she filed for a divorce, she moved out of the house. That's her matrimonial home. And when she was moving, she took their baby girl along with her. And she moved into her parents' home. It was a tough decision. She was heartbroken. But she was determined to rebuild her life. She found a teaching job at a secondary school, Riverside High School. She was dedicated to her job and she taught with so much passion that the students in that school loved her dearly. Meanwhile, Tumelo was already living with his mistress, but he was haunted by the impending divorce from his wife because in South Africa, the law states that if you divorce your wife, half of your properties or assets or anything you own will go to your wife. And everything your wife owns, properties, assets will go to you. That's how it is done in South Africa. That's their South African law. So he didn't want to share his properties or assets with his wife because he knows he's way richer than her. When it comes to sharing assets, most of his properties will go to her or his assets will go to her. So he conspired with his cousin, who happened to be his wife's mechanic. And what is the conspiration? That they will unalive her, they will take her life. So they devised a plan to monitor her movements. So the cousin also hired 2 other men to help him out so that their faces will not show that they are the ones who committed this crime. So one fateful morning, as Pelesa headed to school, their plan was fulfilled. As the traffic light stopped her vehicle, the 2 men used the gun on her several times, and instantly Pelesa lost her life. Fortunately, the surveillance cameras in South Africa are still working, so they get the faces of the men who did this to Pelesa. When they arrested the men involved, under pressure, they confessed that it was Tumelu's cousin who hired them. And when they arrested Tumelu's cousin, they found that Tumelu, her husband, was also involved in this crime. In South Africa, they've arrested her husband, but they have not jailed him. And this is leaving so many questions unanswered. Beautiful people, do you think that this Peleso made a mistake by walking out of her marriage? I want you to share your thoughts and your opinions. When there is no more love in a marriage, Should someone walk away? I want you to share your opinions. And I also want you to share your opinion about the South African law that says that couple who are divorcing will share their properties. What are your opinions concerning this? For me, when there's no more love and then the man is finding so much fault, I think the best that she could do for herself is to walk away. And then she picked the pieces of her life together, and she was doing well as a teacher because she was loved at the Riverside High School where she taught, and she was doing well. May this beautiful soul rest in peace. Do you think if she had stayed in her marriage and prayed for her man, she would have lived? I want you to share your opinions and also share this video. Thank you.